Briefly, the Oedipus complex is about the unconscious sexual desire a young boy feels for his mother and the intense hatred he feels for his father. The Oedipus complex gets its name from the ancient Greek story of Oedipus, who was prophesied to kill his father, marry his mother, and have some butt-ugly children. Long story short, he kills a guy who turns out to be his father, becomes a hero for killing the Sphinx, and marries the dead guy's wife, who is actually his mother, and then has some children with her. They eventually find out their true identities, and Oedipus dies a blind, poverty-stricken old man. Sigmund Freud, the Justin Bieber of psychology, used the Oedipus complex in his theory of child development, specifically in the phallic stage of development that lasts from around 3 to 6 years old. Now keep in mind, Freud was a little bit weird. Once the anal stage ends at around age 3, the phallic stage begins. The genitals become the primary focus of pleasurable sensations, specifically through sexual curiosity and sexual attraction to the opposite sex parent. It is at this point that the Oedipus complex kicks in with a confrontation between the child and their same-sex parent. The young boy feels hostility and jealousy towards the father, but realizes that the father is more physically powerful than him. It is at this point that the child becomes afraid that his father will punish him by castrating him, leading to castration anxiety. Not wanting to lose his mini-me, the young boy joins forces with his father through a process called identification. He imitates and internalizes his father's values, attitudes, and mannerisms, which is the beginning of the superego or the conscience. However, identifying with his father is limited in that his father is the only one who can enjoy the sexual affection of the mother. This limitation becomes internalized in the superego to repress any incestuous urges through guilt and societal restrictions. Females also go through their own version of the Oedipus complex, often called the Electra complex. According to Freud, little girls find out that they don't have penises somehow, and begin envying males for having penises, causing what is called penis envy. They unconsciously feel sexual attraction for their fathers, and feel hate and resentment for their mothers. In an effort to replace her mother, the little girl ends up identifying with her mother, internalizing her values and attitudes. However, castration anxiety for the little girl is never resolved, leaving the little girl stuck in the Oedipal stage until slightly growing out of it, but not completely. The Oedipal complex did not survive long after Freud's death. His field of psychoanalysis and his theories were mostly dismissed by later psychologists, and any that had merit were adopted in modern theories with a more scientific approach to psychology. But Freud's theories aren't dead. They've just found another home in literature analysis.